All the YouTubers out there and friends. RV Debs here today, and this hangout is live. It's happening right now. I've sent out invitations. This is the RV Women's Hangout on Sunday. Normally it's by RV Lady, but today I'm standing in for her, proudly and very happily to do so. So I hope you're getting your invites and that you're able to join me. And we're going to have a couple of hours of RV chat. Could be really anything that you want to talk about, any topic. I can tell you that I am a full-time RVer now. I've been for the last few weeks, and it's been a very interesting adjustment, to say the least. I'm getting there though. I'm cozying things up. I hope everybody gets their invite. I don't know how long that'll take, but actually starts really 7 o'clock. So one more minute and we will be right on time. Yes, indeed. I've managed to put my artwork here and there, try to make it homey. Yes, I have. Okay. Let me bring up the window. It's the humming time, right? It's 7 o'clock, 7:01. It's time for the RV women to get together. Hopefully you've all gotten your invite. I'm going to send one more just in case. And if you didn't get one, please, you can send me a message and I will email it to you. There you go. Invitations posted. Okay, I'm just going to wait a little bit longer. Hopefully someone will be joining me. Well, today we got some sun anyway. It didn't rain like it's been. We've had nothing but rain for the last 3 days, maybe more. Yes, I see there's people out there. Okay. Anybody want to come in? I see everybody. I don't type great. Who's coming in? I know there's people that out there I'm looking at that got links. Come in and talk to me. It really would be nice. Hi, Day. Hi, Kathy. Hi, Eucalyptus Lady, RV Granny. I gave you guys links, so come on in. Hi, Drew. Hey, Helen. Okay, someone join me before I fall apart. Where's RV Lady? Okay, well. I could sing, all alone am I, ever since your goodbye. Okay, so we're going to talk about RVs, but I'm the only one in here. Hi, Natalie. RVing, live the dream. Okay. Where's the link? Well, I sent 19 people a link. And so far, no one's coming in here. I can't put the link in the live chat because that will wreck the whole thing. So if you want, you can send me a message on YouTube. I'll go look at them, and you can send me your email.
Hi there, Debs.
Oh, yay, someone's here. Hi, Helen.
Hi there.
I was beginning to wonder.
Well, the link didn't look like it normally does. It didn't look like it normally does, so...
Oh, that's my bad.
RV Lady, hello, hello.
I'm here. Hold on. Oh, there we are. I'm good.
And like I went to I went all over the place looking for people that I usually talk to. Sent like 19 people invites. I'm hoping.
There's always those first few minutes where you just have to wing it by yourself.
Yeah, you're like da 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 da.
Oh no, I can completely talk. I have no problem. I can talk for an hour without anybody's involvement at all.
Well, I did talk for a little while, but then welcome, yay, more people.
So what is our subject today?
Well, I think it's an open topic in regards to anything to do with RVing, living in your RV. I'll tell you what's the biggest change from living in a home to going into a space called your RV, whether it's, a trailer or a Class A or a tent or a van? That's a good subject because I can.
It really is.
Yeah, because I've done this now for a few weeks, and I'm like, okay, wow.
Well, the greatest part is that you get to pick up and move anytime you want.
I haven't done that yet, but before I do that, I've got to get it to the point where when I do move it, that it's not going to take me all day, to put everything away.
It takes me an hour when I say, oh, okay, it takes me an hour to get
everything. Not bad.
To get everything situated and get the Suzuki hooked up and all that stuff. It takes me a solid hour.
Yeah, I would think it's going to take me a few because, I'm not ready yet. I'm really not ready. I have to eliminate some more stuff.
Yeah. Well, that's kind of what I'm doing today. My RV's really a mess today. And I started going through paperwork, and you know how you take those little tangents off? You start on one thing, and then it's like, this leads over here, so I'm going to go over here now. So
yeah, you can do that. I do that a lot myself, especially in paperwork. You think you might need something like an older bill. Your mind says, well, you really don't need it. You paid it. Well, maybe you better wait at least a month. Okay, and then you put it in the pile, and then the next month it's still in there. About 2 months later, I might throw one of them out, But now I have to really, and here's another thing I've noticed, Chris, from my own experience. If I showed you around this place, I have one big garbage can. I'll show you. Okay, see that big garbage can? Because I brought that from home. Well, on top of having one garbage can, I have another one here.
Oh.
Another one on that side of the dining room. So if you're sitting there, I think it's laziness, right? But I mean,
I have 4.
do you?
I have 4 of
one,
those all over the
1, 2,
RV.
3, and then one in the bathroom. So I have 4 in a little tiny space.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, good.
Me too. Well, I have one for recycles and then one for just regular trash, the bathroom, and then the random one.
Now,
The
being
random
women,
trash.
being women and living with an RV toilet, how many of us have a little garbage sack in there for tissue that you don't want to put in?
I do.
Okay, me too.
I do too.
Another one.
Me too.
I mean, why would you want to, women need more tissue than men. I mean, it's just the way it is.
Well, whether that's the case or not, it doesn't matter. I don't want it in my holding tank.
Right, as much as possible.
Yeah. And so I don't put any tissue down there at all. And
it's a good way to keep it flowing, as they say.
it does flow, and it also with toilet paper, toilet tissue, even if you're using the RV stuff, which is really expensive.
Yeah, that's what I'm using.
Well, I have that RV toilet paper, but I set it up for guests. So if I have somebody over, they can use it and put it down the toilet.
I know what you mean. I have Helen, Rose wants to come in, I know. I don't know how to send her a link without an email of some sort. So if...
she's on Google+, so go up to...
I didn't see it on Google. I looked for her.
Well, she's got to be on Google+, or she's not on YouTube. Those two.
I don't think you have to be on both.
Yeah, you are automatically. You're automatically on both. But up at the top of your screen, it's going to give you an option to invite people.
Right.
And what you do is start
just type her name
in, and then everybody who's listed under that name will come up until you find her. And so
have gas as it will travel?
Yes.
Oh, have gas will travel.
Okay, hold on. Okay. I got it. I'm sending it now. There you go, Rose. Okay. Yay, that's fun.
Is anybody looking at the comments on YouTube?
Yeah, let me know if something really... I mean, I wasn't looking at them, but...
Yeah,
Gypsy Free, why don't you come in? Day Drifter, I think I invited lots of people. Granny, RV Granny got an invite.
I invite this thing every week. 219. And probably 50% of that are female. So, a lot of people don't want to be on because they just don't feel like it. And can't blame them for that. That's why the comment section, to have that over there, whatever that's called, I think is so important, so that people can participate without actually having to be on the panel. I'm only on the panel for moral support because I have a migraine, and but I've already taken. Oh, it's all right. I've already taken migraine medication like 2 hours ago.
You're still laughing.
Oh.
A happy person.
It just doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't.
That I find that daunting. It's like you just get up and go.
Toria26 says, yep, no toilet paper in the toilet. Put it in the trash next to the toilet. Yeah, I think that was a natural thing to just actually do.
Well, what it affords you is the opportunity
the regular
to buy
paper.
Whatever regular paper you...
The only time I use it, for, is, when you do the other. Yeah. And it is true, it's expensive. It was like $4.99 for like 4 rolls or something.
Oh.
We always say...
Yeah, that you can
We always say if it's brown, goes down. If it's yellow, throw it away.
Exactly what I say. Hi, Cameo.
Hi, if it's yellow, let it mellow.
It's girl talk. Girl RV talk.
How are you guys?
I'm doing good.
Fine, thanks.
Nice.
Yep, I'm in my RV now, and it's kind of cozy and sweet. I was saying, what is different between the topic basically starts off with what's different from living in a home or apartment to moving into an RV, any kind of RV. So the first thing was the toilet situation. What else can we come up with that's really different that you have to get used to right away?
I find company, like when people come over, I would have had room before for a lot of people to stay, and now it's not at all like that. Very limited. So I have to come up with creative solutions, like rent them a hotel room.
I had two friends come over. My mini blinds fell down. I'm just sitting here and they fell. These guys. And I couldn't put them up, so I put a blanket up, and then Jeff, my friend Jeff, and his and Esther came over. And, boy, the house was filled up, you know. It's like.
I have it.
What?
If anybody wants to come and visit me, I'll just put the tent up. And I don't mind.
Yeah, sitting outside's nice, as long as it's not raining, right?
Yeah, I have a cot and all kinds of stuff to go in a tent and make it very comfortable. So, yeah, I'll just, they can have the RV, and I'll take the tent, or vice versa. It doesn't make any difference to me.
Actually, I have room for I have a big queen-size bedroom. The bed's bigger than the bedroom, just about. And then I opened up my couch, and it's the bed now, and I leave it as a little bed. It's like a day bed, because it's room for me, too, you know. That's where, here, I'll show you. That's the day bed. Do you see it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Rosie's over there sleeping. So what's different? I'll tell you what's different. The furniture is made a lot less sturdy in a travel trailer, especially because I guess you want to keep it light, right? You know.
The furniture, is that what you said?
Yeah, like furnishings. It's like it's like the wood they use for under the padding of the seat, that storage is paper thin, just about. You know.
Yeah.
It's just this one in particular. I'm not like thrilled with the way they made it. I could have seen it done better.
Oh yeah, without doubt.
You know.
Now I have there was like original carpet that came with this, and then somebody put in some hideous shag brown, and then I put a gray indoor-outdoor carpeting on top of it.
On top of it, wow.
On top of it, I didn't take anything off. I like the insulation, and I literally used screws and screwed it down. So it would.
You're handy.
Stay in place. I'm not really handy as much as I'm just, I was thinking about if I rip up the padding and I rip up that carpet, and then I put down new padding and I put down new carpet, what have I really got there? Basically the same thing as just throwing it over the carpet. So I had the carpet cleaned, by professional people, and then let it dry out really well, and then threw it's just that gray indoor-outdoor carpeting on top of it, and screwed it down. And oh my gosh, it's so nice. Who's the unicorn person?
I'm sorry, I'm late.
Hi, Tim.
Hi, Tim. Yeah, I wanted to say that in our chat out there, some interesting things that they're saying, like for example, you have to be very aware of the power that you use.
Oh,
that's a major thing. If I am gonna use the microwave, I have to turn off my central air, or else I'll blow a fuse probably. And I don't even do that. If a curling iron or something, turn off the air. Anybody else do that?
I have to turn off the air for a lot of things. I had a thought and I just lost it, so I'll think about it and I'll get back to you.
It happens to me all the time.
Like, where did my brain go? What I was going to say was that last year I bought a very, $250 piece of cooking equipment that I could cook and slow cook. It was made by Cuisinart, very expensive, or no, Cathlon. It was very expensive. And I plugged it in, and then I had the air on, and I blew it, and I killed it.
It's no fun. I hate that about it. That's something that I'm aware of it. No, I haven't blown anything yet, but yeah, power and the toaster oven. Or if you're I'm gonna put a bagel into toast, I gotta turn the air off.
Wow.
I
bought one of those toasters, the old-fashioned ones that you put on the gas burner.
Where'd you find that? I was looking for one at Camping World. They didn't have it.
God, I couldn't tell you.
Yeah. Well, if I find one, I'll buy one though. I'm not using my oven because I don't want to heat up the kitchen.
It's got to be either Walmart, Target, or Amazon.
Yeah, I'll have to look around for that.
Those are the places. Well, I don't shop at Walmart anymore, but those are the places that I bought stuff for this. But
so now we have some really good side chat here. RV Granny says about even when you're plugged into outside power, the wiring of an RV is different than a house. She said her 38-foot will still blow a circuit sometimes when she's plugged into shore power.
Yeah. Well, just because you only have 30 amps.
I know.
So that's what you have to, or 50 amps.
I have 30.
Depending on your rig. See, I have 30, so that's why I said 30 amps.
Yep, 30 amps.
You only have 30 amps, so you have to figure that anything that's going to draw, if you've got your air conditioner on and that's drawing 15 amps, I have no idea what it really draws, but, you know, then you have to, and then you have lights on and you have, you know, you decide to run your juicer, you know, you might be taxing it all.
Especially in Florida with the AC all the time. But Gypsy says she can run a new toaster oven and the air at the same time. I just haven't done it. I don't want to blow the circuit, so I don't do it. But I wonder.
I did it today.
Say what?
I did it today,
Oh, you
Deb.
did.
Hi.
Oh.
Hi, everybody.
Hi.
Hi, Rose. We're just discussing what's the difference between living in a home versus living in our RVs. What do we have to learn fairly quickly, which I think we all are on the same page with.
Hi, Debbie.
Hi.
The refrigerator being small.
Hey, baby there.
The refrigerator definitely is different.
Oh,
Well, some
that
people
one
have-
is really bothersome for me.
You have to be careful where you put your food or it freezes.
And it doesn't really keep it as well, I find, as a regular home fridge.
Yeah. Are they really made to live in full time? I don't think so. Some of them are, but you know, I don't know.
I really like the refrigerator, but it's just me. You know, it's just me shopping for me, understanding when I'm at the grocery store what limited space I have. Like, oh, I've got room in the freezer. Oh, I'll get this frozen product, or. Hey, the other thing that draws a lot of power is your microwave. That's why
that's why I don't use it. If the AC's off, the microwave goes on if I want it.
Yeah, I just took mine out altogether.
And going to the store, I noticed that you just want to go maybe every 3-4 days for a few bags. That's it.
Yeah, you really want to use all the stores, no matter what it is, as your storage place, instead of using your RV as the storage place. You know, if you buy, I don't know, 2 different kinds of breads, then just buy one kind of bread and then just 3 days later go and get the other kind of bread.
Yeah, you can do a lot of I do a lot of wasting of food because I'm single and alone.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I don't want to store it so it's gone. But
Oh, you mean like leftovers?
yeah, well, some leftovers and just having not that much space, so I just don't want a bunch of covered stuff. Like, I don't even cook the same anymore.
No, you have to learn to cook in smaller portions so there's no leftovers.
Right.
And I'm used to cooking for 300 people.
Jeez.
Oh, wow.
Big family.
No, it's just that I used to cook professionally. And now to cook for 2 people, it's ridiculous.
Well, cooking
I'm
for one's
really-
even worse.
I know. I was there. I've been there. I've done it. I was single for probably 10 years before I met Jack. So, yeah,
Yeah, it's a change.
it is. It is a big change.
I don't even eat the same. I
You
don't make.
guys were talking about toilet paper earlier.
Yeah,
I hate to go back to that,
it's okay.
but if you go to Walmart, spend some time and look at the different toilet papers, you will find that there are a lot that are um,
Septic safe.
septic safe. If they're septic safe, then you can buy them for the RV, and they're a whole lot cheaper.
Yeah, but they were still more money than the other. I noticed.
Wow.
And it's the thinnest. It's the same. It actually does look the same as the RV paper I bought. And they're charging a lot for just one little teeny thin piece. It's like a ripoff, you know. It's
Yeah.
like, oh, you wanna be thrifty, do you?
Yeah.
Oh no.
I go
All
to
you have to
Sam's
do is
Club.
put RV use on something, and it goes up 50%.
Yeah.
You know what? What you can do also, get a bag and put your toilet paper in the bag instead of putting down the toilet.
Yes, that's what we do. I think everybody in here said
Yeah.
that we
Yeah.
all do that.
Yep.
Right.
And to buy the toilet paper, if you go to the Dollar Tree or the Dollar General or Aldi, and if you have Aldi's, buy their cheap toilet paper, because that's gonna, if you do accidentally forget to
Debbie.
flush it down, it's okay, because it's it's real
Yeah,
degradable.
I'm gonna buy like cheap, and I'm gonna buy the stuff that if I have to use it, I will. I already have it all now.
Yeah,
So we
and
have
as
quite a
far as
room.
the fridge, Deb, put things on the top shelf that's closest to the freezer. That it doesn't really matter if it gets really, really cold and even freezes a little bit. Like, you can put milk up there.
Yeah,
You
I
can
know, but
you
still,
don't want to put vegetables because you don't want them to get partially frozen.
even on the
But you
middle
can
of
put a lot
mine,
of,
it's freezing.
yeah, and eggs. Definitely don't put your
I had a
eggs
jug
up.
of water, the big half-gallon jug, and it fits in there. And I was feeling it. It had ice in it. It's like
Yeah.
making ice.
Yeah,
And
mine
that's
does
okay.
that too.
I mean, if as long as you know that and you don't, put eggs up there or, lettuce or
It just limits you a lot. That you have to be very considerate of what you're doing in an RV, no matter if it's the refrigerator or the toilet,
it's a whole new
even the
lifestyle.
sink. You've got to be. It's like a delicate. You kind of like are living in more of a delicate situation instead of a
Balance.
big hearty house. You know.
Yeah.
You're living in balance.
It's
You have
just
to balance everything,
right.
Right.
and
And
that's
if you ever
fun.
do park your RV, like you had said that you were talking about earlier, I've seen a lot of camp hosts with small freezers sitting outside.
Yeah,
Yes.
somebody in the chat was saying that their bedroom's big. They're thinking of putting a freezer in the bedroom.
Yeah, that was me.
You can
My,
put
no, my, my bedroom is quite large,
Really?
actually. So there's a lot of space, and there's a king-size bed in it.
How
oh,
much amps would that take up?
Probably too much, I
Probably
guess.
all of them. And you're going to have to get one that runs on propane, because when you're moving down the road, it's,
Mine is stationary for now, and it has been since last year. I haven't actually taken it anywhere. I'm not sure I will. I might just buy one in Florida or wherever else I want to go during the winter. I'm not
yeah.
traveling with mine at this
And really,
point.
with it, with a freezer, and this, I mean, I would probably do it if I was going to live in my RV full time, and if I was going to be stationary, for a couple weeks at a time at least, or whatever. I would probably buy a small freezer and just put it outside and have a lock on it.
I have 2 storage sheds outside that I can put them into, but I think that would draw on the power from. No, because I wouldn't have it plugged in here. I'd have it plugged outside.
Mhm.
so I
But
was going to say, if you're stationary, then you have shore power,
Yep.
and
Right.
I would outlets to choose from, and it wouldn't all have to be 30 amp or 50 amp.
And even to travel, if you're not going to travel more than 4 hours or So it's okay to just don't open that freezer for anything during that time that you're traveling, and as long as it's not really, really hot, everything should stay frozen while you're traveling.
I think it depends on which side the sun is on your refrigerator side.
Yeah,
Then
you
you're
want
not
to
going to
have
be
it
I'm talking
shade.
about
Other thing
Hi,
that you
Tim.
can, the other thing you can check with your refrigerator is check the setting and make sure you're not, you don't have it so high. But you also need to watch what you put in. If you stack it too full, the air doesn't circulate. So you'll get real cold spots and warmer spots.
Yep, that's how delicate it all is.
Well, they have those fans,
Yeah,
that you
there
can
is a
put
little
in.
fan you can buy that you can hang in there.
Battery
Boy,
operated.
hardly enough room for food. Oh, gosh.
It's a small fan. It's very small.
Another thing is lighting is different. I've got little lamps now that I'd rather have, LED lamps.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, instead of...
How many have changed out their LED to LED lights? Have you all done that?
Just for the small lamps, but there's a lot of overhead ones here that are still... I don't even know where you buy them. Where do you buy these? I can't find them anywhere.
Yeah, I haven't done it either.
I'll show you what mine are. This is what I'm looking for.
Oh, you can buy
Hey,
those
that's what I
at
have.
AutoZone.
Yeah, I need a few
You
of
can get
those.
those at Home Depot or any hardware store.
Okay.
Or
Yeah.
auto parts store.
Yeah,
Auto parts stores
AutoZone's a
now.
good
I went to Ace. They didn't have it.
You
Change
can
them
order
out
them on
to
Amazon
LED.
too.
They say change them out to LED because they aren't so hot.
How do you do that? Like, do you have to change the whole unit or is it just the bulb?
Just the
No,
bulb.
They
just
come
the
with
bulb.
kind of
On the
the same
internet,
kind of attachment.
and the internet, if you type in the bulb name, it'll tell you what one you have to get in LED, and you can get them on Amazon or where at the internet you can get them.
Yeah, I've got right now the LEDs. I use them a lot.
Does it say 1176 on your light, Deb?
Let me look.
Because
They're
that's the one
expensive.
I just got.
These LED light things are expensive.
If you watch Amazon, you can get deals with multiples.
10 for $7.99 on Amazon, and they look like the one that Deb is showing right now.
It says
10 of them for $7.99.
$11.41.
11.41. That's a little bit different. I think mine was 11. I don't know what it is. I bought a box. Oh, here they are, right here. I bought a box of them. They're
I gotta buy some.
10.76.
I got 11.41s, and you can get a deal on Amazon.
I will do that because I just need to have some of those around. Certain places I need those little lamps.
I have just my little office-y lamp that I use, and then I got the replacement bulb for the kitchen area, and that's a fluorescent, and that kind of lights up the whole deal.
Yeah.
But I'm only 28 feet, and so I'm not trying to light up that much.
RV lady, there's a good project for you. You get on YouTube. If you get on YouTube, you can buy the strip LED lighting and wire it right into your unit for the fluorescent.
Oh yeah, because I'm so good at that.
That's right.
So
yeah,
if it's a...
I think I just put in a little toggle switch to shut off my camera in the back. And that's how, I don't know anything about wiring.
I don't either. I don't know anything about anything when it comes to this. But I'm learning.
Me either.
Yep, and then I had a hot water. I'm taking a shower and the cold.
Oh, yeah.
It turned off. It just stopped. It was blocked, but the guy was laid on the ground. I couldn't have done that. Right now I'm not in any shape to just, first of all, open up joints and turn off the water all by myself. Yeah, right. Thank God for neighbors.
And I figure the worst thing that's going to happen is I'm going to have to pay somebody to come out here and fix it once I determine I can't fix it.
Yeah, someone says RV lady can do anything. I agree.
No, that's not really true. I do have limitations. I can't do, real heavy stuff. I can do all the light kind of stuff,
You
but
do
I
pretty
can't
good,
do anything.
though. You do. I mean, we're all proud of you.
You were on top of a roof. Hello.
I know.
Oh, on top of the roof. Okay, well, that stuff's easy. That's like painting. There's nothing to that. You're just up on the roof.
Tim says someday you're going to take your engine out. RV Granny says that she has 20 lights in her living room alone, and the lights keep going out all the time. See, the topic itself, living in an RV versus living in a home. Now, okay, let's say living in a home. Can't go anywhere. It's always there. Can't change your neighbors.
That's really a bad thing because.
And you always accumulate so much crap that when you do move, you could just about kill yourself.
I love being on the road. I think this is just the only way to live. Until I am blind and I cannot drive anymore, or I become a danger to others while I'm driving, I'm gonna keep on doing this. I love this.
I think it suits you too. I don't know if it's going to suit me like it suits you. I think the travel trailer is great, but I'm just not sure I want pulling a travel trailer to live that way.
Well, Deb, get your surgery done and everything and see how you feel after you healed from it, because I'm sure that's
what's holding me right now.
Yeah,
I can't do everything.
Right now.
And it's such it's a new experience.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then having a hernia that's kind of sticking out more than it was earlier in the month, it frightens me, and yet I don't want to stay here and be alone, go to the surgery and have nobody really to help me out. Whereas my best friend has a nice house, and I can, be with them.
Well, if you had to, Deb, if you just had to, you could pick up and be at your friend's house in 3 days. And that's giving yourself rest,
Well.
So. See, when I'm rehabilitating from anything, I want to be alone.
Yeah, and I will. I mean, that's true. But I would need the first couple days. I'm not supposed to lift anything, and I have dogs to take care of. Just I need a little help. It's not like I'm not even afraid for myself. It's more like I just need to take care of business,
Yeah, that's true with the dogs. That is a responsibility.
Yeah, they're like little kids. I mean.
Yeah.
This one here is a total little baby. Sometimes she's so delicate, I have to pick her up when we're going for a walk because she doesn't want her toes to get in anything yucky.
Lily.
I love her, though. She's really a precious baby. And my other one is a real sweet girl, too.
Is your surgery an outpatient, Deb?
I think it will be. I'm hoping it will be. It's a hernia. It's a ventral hernia. I had my gallbladder out about maybe 5-6 years ago, and ever since then I've felt like my area of my stomach where they opened it, because they don't open it all the way when they do it laparoscopic, but not that much from the belly button. It's never been the same, and the surgeon said usually it's called an incisional hernia. Like, oh great. But anyway. So let's talk about, okay, Class A. Now, you live in a Class A, and RV lady, and that's kind of intriguing to me now that I'm in a trailer.
No, I live in a Class C.
A C, that's right, C.
Yeah, I want a Class A.
Yeah.
And as a matter of fact, I went and looked at one a couple of days ago, and what was really unfortunate about this vehicle that he had, first of all, he only wanted $7,000 for it. Okay, so I was.
Welcome, Rosie. Sorry.
Hi, let me just fix my sound. Sorry.
It's okay.
Hi, Rosie.
Hi.
I went and looked at this RV. Inside, it looked like it was, okay, not new, but not really. Okay, it didn't matter. Basically, what I discovered was that the RV had been parked for a number of years with something over it, but it was parked on gravel and dirt, and so it was rusting from the bottom up.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's all your tanks, that's your tires, your wheels, your axle, your everything, your brake lines, everything. And so,
Yeah.
you know, the guy was okay, pretty shocked when I crawled under the RV and came out and said, and I came out and said, no, but thanks for your time. And he was like, why? What did you see under there? And I said, it's rust. It's just a bucket of rust.
Good for you.
And so I said, you know what? Before I leave, I'll offer you $1,000 for it. I can have AAA here to tow it to an RV place and leave it there while they fix it up for me, and then you know, go down the road. And he was like, you know, I think I can get more than $1,000 for it. And I said, well, good luck. I'm not changing. I'm not gonna like. I wasn't saying that so that we could start a negotiation. I was saying that to kind of do you a favor because you're going to continue to park this thing.
I'll be back in a minute, guys. Just got
Okay.
a call came in.
Okay. And you're going to continue to park this thing in the same place, and it's just going to continue to rust. And the generator was all rusted. The generator would have been thrown out. He didn't have the batteries charged up, so I had no idea if anything worked. He didn't have any propane in it, so we couldn't. Well, it didn't matter because the batteries didn't work, so I couldn't have turned on the refrigerator anyway. But I said, for what I see here, I'll give you $1,000. And he was like, you know, he got a little snotty, and then, but I'll bet you he calls me in like 2 weeks and says yes, and I'll be someplace far north.
Huh.
Well, I don't know. I think I might wind up. I'm going to check it out. I'll drive it to Texas, and then if I find on the way to Texas I don't mind, you know, doing the travel trailer thing, I'll keep going with it. But if I find that I don't like it, I think I'm going to park it at my friend's because she's got land, and I can actually even build a little deck and really make it like a little house for me. And then I think I'll trade my truck and get a Class B for my travels. Because I'll
Or
be
what about
coming.
a C?
What?
Would a C be too big for traveling for you?
I would like to be able to just park anywhere.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah, you know, I'd like to be able to be in a safe vehicle, like a really nice van that I could stand up in and enjoy just a little, like maybe a 3-4 week trip and then come back to Texas. But that's just one thought. I keep changing my mind, so.
Oh, so you would still keep your trailer in Texas as a home base?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay, that sounds great.
Hey, Rosie got herself a beautiful GMC, a 1974 with a dishwasher.
Oh,
With
How-
a dishwasher.
How weird.
Got it.
Yeah, I'm happy now. I'm the dishwasher at home, so
That's right.
gives me a big break.
I can't imagine what, like, we were talking about how when you're in a RV and you're like, say you're in a wherever, and you're put the air conditioners on, then you want to use the microwave or curl your hair with a curling iron or a hair blower, you turn the air off. I wonder how the dishwasher works. Like, can you do the dishwasher and have the air conditioning running? I don't know.
I'm going to get back. I'm going to plug everything in and turn it all on, Deb. And
See
I'm
what you
gonna
can do. Because how many, you have 50 amps or 30 amps? What do you have?
30 amps on it.
Okay, well, you need to turn the air conditioner off with the microwave.
Well, the good news here in NorCal is we don't, you know, once it gets on about 5 p.m. in the afternoon, even if it's 100 during the day,
I know, you could sleep at night.
that ocean air comes in with the cooling, and it takes it down to about 65 by 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock at night, and then in the upper 50s. So nobody really has air conditioning around here at all.
Yeah, you're right. You don't need it there. If you can't live in Florida without it.
Yeah, we ran it over the ocean today. We went over to
Oh,
the
nice.
Pacific and ran it out. Yeah, we took Bobby his first ride, so yeah.
Did he like it?
He loved it. He loved it. He was impressed by how smooth it was with the airbag ride on it. So.
Oh, wow.
And thanks for the invite, Deb, to come on.
Oh, of course.
Appreciate it.
This is RV. We're doing the women RV ladies chat,
Ooh.
and there's a lot of guys in the. Well, not a lot. There's a few guys over on the other side.
Yeah, I think some wanted to cross-dress and try to get in, but you were smart. So.
Hey, it's okay. I wouldn't even care if that happened.
I'm just saying. I'm just joking.
Actually,
Yeah.
I think it's fun to have a women's hangout. Personally, I like to have men, but you know what? It's definitely valuable right now. I like it.
I think that most of the trolls follow the men, and
That's right.
and that's really, I mean, when I said the RV Women channel, it was to keep the trolls out. You know, because I don't think women are trolls.
No.
You know, I think women have strong opinions, and I think they express them, which is fine with me. But as far as the having trolls follow, no. You know, like some of the worst stuff that I've had is you know, guys wanting to be my boyfriend. Yeah, that'll happen. Never. And you know, things like that. You know, I'm a widower, and I think that, you know, we should start chatting. Well, no, that's okay.
I see if that would happen.
Yeah.
You see that would happen? No. I mean, yes, it does happen. And who was I talking to? Somebody, and I were talking about that, and yeah, you know, just the Lotharios that come on board and want to, you know.
Well, you know, right now we have 55 viewers in the chat room, so I think this is a real successful hangout.
Oh, it is. Oh, you'll have hundreds of people coming over the course of time to look at it, and I usually get, I don't know, 800 views or 900 views on the RV Women Hangout, but of course now it's going to be on your channel, so you'll get that.
I'll take it. Hey.
Yeah, yeah, there you go.
I don't mind sharing. Like I said, you got it back Sunday.
Well, my difficulty is, and that's why my image isn't up, is because I'm on limited limited internet, and so I just don't want to drain everything by having, you know, all the stuff up. So, I mean, this is going to be like maybe 2 gigabytes of my Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
So
it'll happen to me when I'm on the road, so at least while I'm steady here.
So this is RV Lady, right?
Yes, I am.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Hi. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, Rosie. I've seen you on some of the other chats, Rory's chat, and I
just wanted to say thank you. You were out at Browns Valley, and I followed that up with that GMC RV that you showed on your video when you were out there. So.
Oh, that's not the one you bought, is it?
No, but it made me more determined than ever to go for a GMC. So it was a great video. It was a great rundown you gave on all of the rigs there. So
she's a trip. The RV Lady does everything. She gets up on top of the thing, puts in vents, does everything. Yeah. She's handy.
It is. Honest to God, this is how I've lived my entire life. I might as well try to fix it myself and save money.
I guess I've been a little princessy.
I guess you girl.
Nothing wrong with that.
I've woken up to the fact that I am no longer in the royal family. I'm now just like, you know, yesterday's news.
It bothers me. The first time I got ripped off with a car mechanical deal was the last time I decided I was going to be ignorant about these things, and literally a guy charged me, I think it was $1,400 to rebuild the carburetor in my Chevy Monte Carlo, and this was, you know, 40 years ago. So I mean, it was insane. But and it took him weeks and weeks to do this. So no, I decided at that point, no, I can do this myself. I mean, that guy was an idiot, and I can follow directions as well as anybody else. And it's helpful if you actually apply the directions once you have read them, by the way. And you know, I can do it as well as anybody else can. As I get older, I'm limited by things that require strength.
Yes.
But you know, if I can get gravity and whatever to work for me, I'm okay with that too. You know, sometimes it'll work. The other thing that's interesting about living full time in an RV is that when anything that hits your roof, you hear.
Yes.
The smallest stuff. You know, like
sometimes I think somebody's out there like shaking it.
Oh yeah, and then that too is you know, this is what I noticed when I've had other people in the RV, is that when they move, wherever I am, I feel that. And I'm like, what? What is that?
I know. I'm like, when I first got in here, the dogs, they're little. But if they jumped off like the sofa and I was in another room, I could feel it.
Yeah, so
you'll
feel it.
That's another thing that's different.
But there are stabilizers that you can get that will eliminate, you know, 80% of that. You know, I don't bother because, okay, it's just me. But if I had another person in here with me all the time, I would absolutely have the stabilizers when I'm sitting still, because that's just, it's like an earthquake. You know, it's like, is that an earthquake? Is that an earthquake? And then sometimes sitting on wheels, you do feel like, oh, is that an earthquake? You know, four counties away.
It's weird. And like the other night, we had a storm. I've never felt that the same way. I mean, normally in my other houses, I could sleep through a storm. I mean, very rarely did I wake up to one. But in the RV, it's like as if you're in the middle of the forest, and the thunder and lightning is like right next door, like right where you are.
Oh yeah, it's like you're in it.
Yeah, you know, pretty scary. And then the awning, you got the awning out because you want shade and it's nice. Then you put the awning down because you think the wind's coming, and then it stops. So you go out there, and it's like, oh my God, it's tiring.
Yeah, it's tiring.
It's a lot of work.
A lot of work. Yep.
Yes.
That's what it is. It's a lot of work to live the easy life.
The freedom.
Wow.
Living free.
Yeah, moving free my ass.
You go, girl.
Oh my God. The cost of gas out here keeps going up, where across the country it's like $2.50, and in California it is, I think 3.5, creeping up to 4.
Yeah, we paid $3.29.
And
I paid $2.45 today.
Yeah, over in North Bay, in the North Bay area here.
Yeah, $2.40. Well, that's a big difference. That's like $1 more a gallon.
Yep. Because of our California blend and refinery problems, quote unquote.
Yeah, really.
What makes it so bad? I mean, why is everything so ridiculous?
We have a special blend out here that nobody else can bring into the state, and when refineries have a problem, the supply gets pinched. Problem. I always use quotes in that, so around that. So.
Well, because they had that refinery fire, and it took out one of the refineries in the Los Angeles area. Subsequently, we have to take fuel than anybody else does anywhere on the planet because of one refinery. One.
Right, that's how pinched we are and constrained, because they won't issue permits for the construction of new refineries and everything. So
Jimmy Rance is in the building. Hi, Jimmy.
Hi, Jimmy.
Jimmy's not allowed to be in this group.
No, but he's not on. No, he can be in the group.
Yeah. He's just
he's over in comments.
Yeah, he's in the side chat.
He's leering over the fence. He's peeking over the fence over here. So.
It's okay. Hey, this is a very attractive room.
Yeah, who was it that got in? Some guy got in once. I kicked him out. I don't remember who that was.
I kicked him out.
He's at it.
Well, I did apologize to him before I kicked him out.
Yeah, you nicely did it.
Yeah, I very nice. I thought it was nice. But yeah, he wasn't allowed. I don't remember who that was though. But you know, it was basically had we let one guy in, we'll have to let them all in. And so that's a no. But you know, there are other chats that they can participate in and have a good time. I'm glad that Jimmy Rance is here though. I'm worried about him.
Well, I'm honored that he's here.
I'm worried. I'm worried that he is.
He's not ranting. He's not ranting.
He's
What's
not
wrong?
He's like a volcano. He's like simmering, and I'm afraid at some point he's going to erupt. And you know, be
Erupt.
Yeah.
Hey, Verna, let me ask you, how often do you? I really enjoyed when RV and you got together there. I guess I was somewhere outside Sacramento or something like that. How often do you see him, or was that just a one-off encounter?
Well, while I was in the Sacramento area, you know, I saw him quite a bit. We stayed at the same RV park for a month.
Oh, okay.
I was there a month. He's still there as far as I know. But you know, once I left the Sacramento area, because now I'm quite further north. Yeah, I can't get into. Well, no. He comments on my videos and things like that, but you know, we haven't really spoken as to, you know, the realities of everyday living.
That's fine. I was just, it was very enjoyable to see. So.
Yeah, my feeling is wherever I am, if I run into somebody who is, you know, aware of who I am, like that guy that was at I went to a mall. I think I covered this in one of my videos. I went to a mall when I was in Eureka, and some guy saw me at Bed Bath & Beyond, and he sent me a thing that said, you know, were you at Bed Bath & Beyond? And I said, yeah, that's. I mean, he described what I had on and everything.
Wow.
Stalker.
Oh, no.
No, I'm just kidding.
And he was there with his family, and people who shop at Bed Bath & Beyond are pretty safe, I think.
Yeah. I think
Well, you know, when you have 1,000 people watching you, somebody might be in the neighborhood.
Yeah.
Well, in which case, I hope that they let me know that they're in the neighborhood.
Yeah,
because,
that's the way I feel. You know, I want to meet everybody. So.
Right. And I do, you know, I think I'm on a 3-day delay. Maybe, yeah, like a 3-day delay on my my videos. I mean, I would never want anybody just to walk up to my door and say, you know, hi, I'm one of your viewers. That would kind of freak me out.
That's right.
But, you know, if somebody were to contact me and say, you know, oh, you're in my town, or you're 10 miles from my town, or whatever, you know, I would certainly say, you know, let's get together.
Yeah, meet for coffee.
Yeah, something. Yeah. And then, and also, if somebody is going the same direction, I would camp wherever they were. You know, if they said, you know, I'm at the Redwood National Park, and I would say, oh, okay, well, which campground are you in? I'll camp there if they have space.
Yeah.
And hang out with that individual for sure, or individuals. But yeah, I would love to meet everybody, you know, in person.
Yeah, that's my feeling too.
I found a local YouTuber I was watching his video and I recognized the sunset, and come to find out, I looked back at my vlog, come to find out that YouTuber was in my video.
Oh.
So that's how we got together.
See, when I see people out and about, I don't, you know, I try pretty hard to keep them as obscured as possible.
Right.
When I was at the beach the other day, there were a bunch of kids, and you know, I wasn't filming the kids. I would make sure the camera was away from, you know, the kids that were playing, and not pointed at.
Yeah, I'll put people on, but not kids. I won't put the kids on. So.
No, I just think that's not in good taste.
Nope.
Has anybody heard how Yarvy's mother did in her surgery?
She didn't have surgery, did she?
I thought they had moved it up.
They had moved it up, and then something happened, and they had to move it back.
Oh.
They had to. I don't remember what it was, but something came up, and so it was again. Maybe a month or two. I think originally she was supposed to go in September, but I have no idea what the story is now. I stopped by her house on my way out of town, but it was kind of early. It was like 9 or 9:30, and knocked on her door. I didn't call her or anything because she doesn't answer her phone anyway. And so I knocked on her door, but nobody came to the door, so I just left.
Jimmy Rance has a good topic kind of thing for us.
Yeah, I saw that.
He says, I'd like to know the fears of women that might be an RVer. I'm talking about single women RVers. How do you overcome those fears? And I can only answer for me. And I think a day at a time. I just deal with each day. And, you know, I'll fake it. You'll never know I'm that scared. That's how
I'm never scared.
I've never been afraid here, except one time. There were firecrackers going off, and I thought it was a gun, and I took off in my car. But other than that, I'm not afraid for personal safety.
I mean, I would really have loved to have done this with my partner in life, but unfortunately, I am going to do it anyway. So if I have to learn to protect myself more, then that's what I'll do. I'm not shy.
I'm not afraid of it at all. And yesterday I was at an Ace Hardware store, and interestingly enough, they had guns. And so I haven't held a gun since I was probably 16 years old. And so I went back there to look at shotguns. And since I broke my shoulder, what I need is a pistol grip shotgun. And that's basically you hold it, you know, around your waist area and utilize it that way. But, you know, as I was holding it, I was feeling a little ridiculous and thinking, you know, when am I ever going to point this at somebody? Because if I ever pull it out, because I'm going to pull the trigger.
We're Jen and I pack handguns when we go. So.
Well, I think that it would be easier to store a handgun for sure.
Yeah, as long as you carry it in your case with your ammunition separate, you're good to go. So.
Yeah, and the guy was telling me that you have to wait 10 days for some kind of
we had to wait for a 10-day clearance on that, and then we got our Beretta and our Glock. So.
Well, I got to go to gun.
Well, now I wish I would have gotten approved to buy a gun, you know, before I left, whether I bought one or not. But where I was sitting for, you know, years of my life, I should have gotten whatever that clearance is so that I could go anywhere and buy a gun.
Yeah, that's good to have.
Yeah, and I had no idea that you have to take a test.
Yeah, you have to take a test.
Yeah, you have to take a test, and then you have to wait the 10 days.
Yeah, you have to demonstrate. You also have to demonstrate in front of the dealer that you know how to check and make sure the safety's on, and whether to check whether you have a loaded round and to empty your pistol and stuff.
You don't want to shoot yourself.
Nope.
You'll shoot your eye out.
Yeah, with a pistol, with a handgun, I can see myself, you know, potentially having it go off. But with a shotgun, I'm very comfortable with shotgun. So,
see, I'm kind of the opposite. I always worry about wielding a shotgun in closed places, like you wake up in the middle of the night in the dark and things, and you hear a noise and you go to wheel around and you just discharge the shotgun because you knock into something. And one of the things that I learned was having a pistol gave me more could keep it in closer to my body so I wouldn't be disarmed or be a bad shot. But that's great if you're good with the shotgun. More power to you. That's great.
Well,
I like wasp spray.
Yeah.
Well, I have that too. I have wasp spray, and I just picked up bear spray. And the difference between the two, quite honestly, is that the bear spray sprays 50 to 80 feet,
Ooh.
Ooh,
and the wasp is only 20 to 30 feet.
wow, 50 feet.
I'll have one of each, thank you.
That's what I did. I
That's
have one of each.
Yeah.
That's for a bad date.
It's a bad. That's when someone comes to your door that you do not want to see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, and I wouldn't hesitate if somebody was coming after me. They're getting sprayed.
Oh, if somebody's coming after me, if I have a gun, I'll shoot them.
Well, that's if I don't have a gun. If I have a gun, then that's what I use.
Yeah, I would shoot them. I wouldn't even think twice about it.
My dad always said, shoot them and then bring them in the house.
Yeah, never leave them out. Yeah, always bring them across your threshold.
Drag them in the house.
No matter what you got to do, bring them into across your threshold.
Yeah.
Sure.
Oh, that's.
I heard that too.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder what your threshold is if you have your awning out and somebody is underneath your awning.
So that's your threshold. Your awning.
I wonder if that is included in an RV threshold.
Well, remember, you want to be in front of a jury of your peers, right, of 12, that they'll perfectly understand what your threshold is in that situation. It was your comfort area.
That's funny.
Or is it your site? Because you pay to stay on a site.
That's true. So you have like your perimeter.
Yeah, with your vehicle. But again,
maybe if you
that's
put a
like
sign out, anyone going past this sign may be shot.
Well, it's kind of like the
welcome to my house.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the beware of dog sign that I have. I think I'm going to get a sign that says, you know, armed with Smith & Wesson or something.
Yeah, that's a good thing to have.
Yeah, I think I'm going to get a sticker that just says that, you know, there's a firearm in this building.
Yeah, it just serves a little notice that, you know, you're not a dope in there, and that you're able to defend yourself. To think twice if you want to try.
I think I'm gonna get like a surveillance type of thing where you have a like cameras on all angles, so that when you're in your house and you see someone around, you can call 911 or whatever.
Right. That's smart.
But if somebody's determined to get into your RV, they're coming in.
Yeah.
It's not too hard to get in.
No, it isn't.
I changed all my locks.
That's smart right off the bat.
They're not coming with a key. They're coming with a crowbar.
I think Deb's thinking about the opportunist that might just want to rifle through something, check the door to see if it's open. If they see you pull off in your truck or something, they're going to go over and have a little try at your door or something like that to see if you left it unlocked. Maybe jimmy the lock a little.
I find myself feeling safer here than I did in my other neighborhood. I don't even know why, but I do. Everyone's so friendly.
Is there a difference between private and public campgrounds?
Yeah.
Yeah. One's private,
one's public.
I knew she was gonna say.
I mean, as far as your rights as a resident, you know.
All the rules are kind of the same.
My whole perimeter is my world. You better be careful.
No, the rules are all pretty much the same. You know, 10 o'clock is considered quiet time, and you know, it's basically the same as living in any neighborhood. You know, you don't get your Harley out and run it around the block 600 times and expect everybody to be really happy with your performance.
Yeah,
and, yeah, and it's, you know, you don't drive fast through a RV park, and quiet time. Like this park that I'm in, they're very restrictive about what you can put outside your RV. But I just ignored that and did what I wanted to do anyway. And let's see, what else? That's about it. You know, don't trash the place up. Don't drive on the grass. You know, it's all the basic stuff.
Yeah, watch your tail swing.
How do you feel?
Go through it.
How do you guys feel on BLM or boondocking?
I wish I could do it, but I think in a travel trailer, it's a little more risky.
No, I don't think so. Well, I think it's harder to get to wherever it is you want to go. But, I didn't boondock as much as I dry camped. And now that I've replaced my converter, I'm really looking forward to boondocking. So I'm going to be finding boondocking places and enjoying them. And the only problem that I have really with boondocking for probably another couple of weeks is that typically you don't have internet, you don't have cell phone. So you're out there and it's just you, and
Yeah, I don't like that much.
see,
Unless you find a good Dunkin' Donut, right?
Yay, there you go. Hey, let me tell you, brother.
Hi, Southern gal.
That's funny.
But I think that RVing in like this park that I'm at now. It's very peaceful. It's very nice.
It's peaceful here too. I like it.
Yeah, and that's basically all you want is because your walls are so thin and you do hear everything that's outside. And typically people who are coming here are not fighting. Okay, like they do at their house.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever heard?
They're all having a good time here usually.
Well, you don't hear all the grumbling and griping that you hear in a general neighborhood because everybody's on vacation, if you will, except me. I'm not on vacation.
Is there an age limit?
This one's supposed to be 55 and older.
Mine doesn't have a limit.
Some of them do.
Yeah, like Dory Lynn's is anything goes.
She does. Yeah. Well, she's. I don't want to say that's terrible or anything because I haven't been there, but the area up there where she is a little. It's a little seedier. I guess you could call it.
Yeah. She said anything goes.
I like a little safer place personally.
I don't worry about my safety. That's so interesting that you're so concerned about your safety. I'm not concerned about my safety.
Well, you should be.
Really?
It's your safety.
I'll think about it. I'll think about it.
I don't think anything. I think you're doing everything just fine, Verna. I don't have to tell you.
That's so funny. Okay, well,
I think I'm more in fear of my privacy being invaded. Is why I was asking. Somebody coming into just plopping their butt in your chairs and that kind of thing. What kind of rights you have?
No, that doesn't happen. The only thing that I ever worry about is did I put down the nightshades? Because sometimes I don't have all my clothes on, and I don't want to scare the neighborhood. and so that's what I'm concerned with is did I put down the nightshades so that nobody can see in here?
And are you casting a silhouette?
Yeah, well, I don't even care about that.
Yeah, let's not even go there.
That reminds me of that song, Silhouette.
Silhouette.
Rosie.
What the hell?
You do have to protect your privacy, your inner life, whatever. But anyway, I'm going to sign off, you guys. And I'm burning off bandwidth. I'll be watching, but this is a lot of bandwidth. I mean, a lot of gigabytes.
I know. You buy it, it's expensive.
Yeah. Okay, I'll talk to y'all later. Thanks.
And we do have room for other people in case somebody wants to join us.
Yeah, nice to meet you, Verna. Take care.
Nice to meet you too, Rosie.
Hey, thanks for letting me
hope to see you out on the road and meet up sometime. That'd be cool.
I enjoyed it, RV Lady. Thanks for letting me host it.
Well, somebody's going to need to host it next week as well.
I can do that.
Okay, or somebody else can, whatever.
Or somebody else can.
Yeah, whoever wants to host, because I'm going to be in the same predicament, I know it, if I even have cell signal. Okay. I'll see y'all later.
Bye.
See you on the side.
Be brave.
I love that.
I knew she was going to say that. Well,
does anybody
that was pretty fun.
Does anybody like slide outs in their unit or
I have I'm sitting in my slide out, and thank God for that.
Yeah, I have 3. I think
Oh,
it's
that's
3.
nice,
Oh,
Helen.
wow.
Yeah, 3.
How
You
long is
notice a
your,
big
how long,
difference?
sorry.
Sorry.
It's just like an apartment, like a kind of a smaller 1-bedroom apartment, and it feels like when I walk in. So
Is
I
it a
really
fifth
like
wheel?
that.
Are
No,
you?
it's 30-foot Cherokee Forester. I always get the name mixed up. Cherokee Forester, and
And
it's
it's a
got
travel trailer or a RV like a Class A or something?
it's a travel trailer like yours.
Oh, okay. Oh,
Yeah.
so you got 3 slides, and it's 30 foot.
It's 30 foot, and it's
Isn't
got
that
a
Wow.
2-bedroom, big king size bed.
Oh, nice.
It's very, very nice. I'm really happy. I'm
Very
really happy with
How much
it.
does it weigh?
Oh my gosh.
Like that's a big important thing.
Well, how much
I
is
don't-
yours, Dad?
I don't have a clue.
Mine was like 5,640.
Okay, yeah, I'm 11,200 pounds.
Yeah.
I'd
And then
have to look at my.
I'm curious, just because
I've got some owner's manual. Just a second.
and then I can my truck can pull 8,000. So I'm just going to be right about there, probably, maybe a little less.
No, you're comfortable towing. You got some margin there, Dad, on that.
Yeah, I don't have anything real heavy. I mean, I don't think so anyway. But I'm going to pull into one of those truck where you weigh yourself.
Well, I kind of like the way you kind of thought about setting up your rig down in Texas now, and then just using like a Class B or something, a van to just go around in. I think that's such an awesome idea.
That way, when I do go back to my friends in my home, it's there, it's comfortable. I don't really have to set it up. We probably will be able to put sewer in and everything.
That'd be great.
And if not, then I'll take this with me. And I'll know more when I get to Texas because I'll have been traveling for a few days, and it'll be different than just sitting here in a park.
Right.
You'll be nervous at first, but you'll get used to it. You just kind of go with it.
That's what I'm doing. I'm going with it.
Pioneers. I'm impressed with you ladies.
It's amazing. I'm just, I'm going to forge ahead, just like as if it's like the people that wanted to get from the East Coast out to Oregon on the trail, Oregon Trail.
Yeah.
I would be one of those people that would be on the trail.
You would be.
There's something
I would have
nice
had a
about-
big hunk of man next to me to do all
That
the crap
helps.
work.
There's something nice, there's some nice feeling stomping down that gas pedal and just going down the road. You get people waving at you. I've never seen people as friendly as RV people. They're waving everyone that passes you.
Because you
coming the
relate
other
to
way.
all the crap you have to do.
Yeah, it's like all of a sudden when you get an RV, you start noticing all the RVs that are on the road and the Class A's and C's, and it's really wild.
I think that's why everybody's so nice to each other. They go, yeah, we know.
Yeah, I might need your help one day. So hey, how you doing?
Hi, I'm kind of new here.
Empty my black tank, please.
And the men are like, oh no, she's new.
Oh please.
And then you get an Asian lady that says, it's $95 for demo shit.
Oh man, oh shit.
The other day, there was a big storm. I don't know if I said this anywhere, but huge storm outside, so I had the awning out. And the reason it's out, I mean, I should tuck it up, but I have a pretty rug that I'm going to give to my friends, so I have it under a tarp with a couple things. So I didn't want to put the awning down, but then the winds came. So I'm out there, and I'm drenched. I'm trying to figure out how do you put the awning down. I got it down, but I didn't realize that at the end of the awning, there's a little thing that you touch, and then you can pull it down. I learned always the hard way. So I'm like standing there in the rain. I'm all wet. I don't know what to do, and I'm yelling, "Anybody hear me?" Nobody's hearing me.
Terrible.
It was really, I was kind of frustrated. And then some guys that work for this place, they have these little brown plastic-covered golf carts, and I'm like, waved them down. Can you help me put the awning up, please? I'm so sorry, I just can't do it. He goes, yeah, I'll be right back. And he never came back.
Oh.
And I'm standing in the rain, and I'm getting mad. And I'm thinking, oh God! So I just decide to walk to the office in the rain. By the time I get there and open the door and I'm drenched, They're both like having a cup of coffee. Two guys in the office, and I'm like, weren't you supposed to come in and help me? Oh, I'll be right there. I go, no. He goes, okay, I'm coming now. And he drove me in his little golf cart back to my house as I explained my poor misfortunate way, and he was so nice. He helped me. What was that? Lucy? Okay. I can barely understand this person.
She's speaking French.
Well, who's she talking to?
I think a conversation is being uploaded or just being broadcast here on the phone.
It sounds like she's on a phone call.
I'm going to mute her. That was weird.
I don't get what that's about.
I should probably boot her out of here, only because I don't. Sort of wasting a space. What do you think?
Yeah, I would.
Yeah, I don't think it makes sense to come in and not say anything, or at least say thanks for the invite. Or,
you know, sorry, Lucy. Bye bye.
She was having a telephone conversation, and she was talking about an 94-year-old man.
I don't know how she got in here.
How do I find out the weight of my trailer? Because I'm looking at the paperwork I have here and I can't see it.
It should be published in the glove, any kind of compartment or on.
Sometimes in the cupboards, if you open up, there's going to be a sheet of paper.
There's a medallion somewhere, probably a stamped medallion or something on it.
I'll have to have a look tomorrow for that. I thought it might say it on my registration, but it doesn't.
Because I would think that three slide outs and 30 foot's going to be pretty heavy because it's got all the other extras. What do you pull it with?
Like I said, I bought it last year, and I put it in a park, so I don't pull it. I haven't traveled with it, and I don't have a vehicle to travel with it. So that's why I was thinking of buying something alternately for the winter. Like, I want to maybe leave this
because you probably want a dually truck with that.
Yeah,
I would think so. With that full weight, I mean, I would think.
But it's nice. See, that makes a nice little apartment, like you fixed it up.
Yeah, I wouldn't be comfortable driving with it, so I really need to find another option for the winter. And maybe a class
UFO. Sorry.
Hard to tell. I'll figure something out.
Definitely. Sounds like a beautiful trailer.
Yeah, it is really nice. Sadly, the couple that owned it passed away about 6 months before I bought it, and their daughter was selling it, and they died within a couple of months of each other. So it's a little sad, but
someone says you can take your rig to the way station. That's what I would think you could do is on the highway. Of course, you're not going to take it because you're not going anywhere.
Yeah,
I wonder if it's written outside anywhere.
Sweet Pea said there's usually an outside tag that tells the weight, because sometimes the like the highway patrol and stuff, they want to check weights and other things, and they don't want to have to go fumbling around.
I'll do a little look around tomorrow. It's 9:30 here right now, but I'm curious about the weight. I looked online on the Forest River. The Cherokee site, and I don't see anything about the weight there.
Huh.
But I know, like, just with a truck and with this, I would never feel comfortable enough to drive it.
That sounds like a big one. I've got this one here. It was okay. It's all it's all in the head. It's like, you just got to do it.
Yeah, I want to actually do a video of it, but my daughter, I lent her my camera about a month ago, and I have to actually go get her 2.5 hours away to actually go pick it up. So when I do, I'll take like a video of the inside of it and the outside.
Definitely, that'd be very good. I'd love to see it.
Yeah, I'd like to see that too.
I'm looking forward to seeing what you do to your you know, because it's an environment, like that's another thing. You come into the empty trailer when they sell it to you, you know, and I remember sitting in here going, oh wow, you know, and then you have to make it your little home, and like,
yeah, it's going to be very interesting. Most of my attention for the first 6 or 8 months is going to be all on mechanical, electrical systems, pulling new wiring and just making sure everything's tip top, just like I did on the house here and stuff. And then once that's all good, I can really comfortably address the cosmetic issues, new cushioning, all kinds of new things. So having just finished the Rancho renovations, Jen and I really just want to enjoy this thing, you know, for the first 5 or 6 months, and then start getting into deciding what we want to do. But if you're talking about the touches to make it our own, yeah, that's going to be very interesting.
you know, what you do with the linens in the bed, and how you make your little kitchen feel good, and
right.
It's fun.
What year you said you got a GMC Class A?
Yeah, it's a 1974 GMC RV, the Canyonlands edition.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, it's very cool.
It's 26 feet. We just took it out to the ocean. I just finished uploading a video. We ran it out. We ran it out to the beach.
Me too.
I can't tell you the number of people that came up to that kids and stuff thought an alien spaceship landed on the parking lot, and I couldn't video it because they were kids, of course. But it was really. It's going to be a fun thing. I just want to make sure it's safe as can be. That's my big thing.
Yeah. I told my husband about it, and he says, no way. And I said, yeah, she did, look. And he came over and looked at the video. He goes, oh, wow. That is a class rig.
So you got one that was in good shape then. It wasn't all beat up.
Yeah, that's why I was a little worried about James. Wanderlust Estate was looking for that one. It was about even probably a little bit more. And you don't want to buy a money pit when you get these things because it can be expensive.
Right.
So.
Oh my gosh.
Now, I used to work in a credit union, Rosie, and I've never had anybody do what you did, and I commend you on that. Taking them down and getting the title done.
Yeah, that was good.
I took a lot of flack. I actually had a lot of blowback from people that thought it was mean to ask the seller to go down to
March.
Yeah, but you didn't know if he had a clear title for sure.
Well, it's typically the way I'll buy anything is if you're willing to go to DMV with me and spend an hour sitting there and waiting, and of course it had back fees due on it, and I would have had to pay them when I got back to town. So we ended up, because I took an hour of my time, he covered the title, he covered the registration, and I'm good through June of 2016. And he covered all the taxes for the rig, and he knocked a couple hundred off of it to boot. So yeah, I mean, I wasn't trying to be mean. It might have come off that you know I'm in a Shark Tank or something like that when I'm dealing, but I didn't set the price. So
yeah.
Hey, I think you have a right to get as much off as you can.
Right.
That's what it's called. Negotiation.
And you charmed him by telling him he looks like Gary Garcia. Jerry Garcia. He did.
I like you.
Don't even tell me. Let me guess. You know, I look like Jerry Garcia. Yeah, you do.
So let's see. I think I'm going to go to get this title with you. I don't blame you.
I mean, you know how many people have quiet claims and mechanics liens and all kinds of stuff on titles and. You
were smart.
You know, you get home and then you can't ever go back you have no recourse to the buyer. They don't even want to deal with you at that point. It's like,
that's right.
You know, you send them paperwork and I don't know, maybe they just trash can it or maybe they sign it and it takes forever.
They got their money.
Yeah, I didn't want to I don't go through that when I buy something. I want title clear that day. So.
Well, you got it.
Did he have the title with him before that?
Yeah, but he'd never taken it over to transfer to his name. He just had the seller.
Oh.
It was an open title, so it just jumped for me as if he was never even in the on the deal. So
And then
he
they
didn't,
charge you a fee for not transferring it.
well, for not
30
having it
days.
registered last year because he was just living in it when he got foreclosed on. So he actually managed to buy his house back out of foreclosure, which is kind of rare. And he didn't
Really?
he didn't need the rig anymore. He paid all his back payments and penalties, and he got his house back. So
That's cool.
yeah, it's almost unheard of.
So we've been discussing living in an RV. How about like using an RV or a trailer as a guest house when you're not using it? If you have a house, you know.
We do that a lot.
That's a neat.
We
I
do
mean, that's
that.
somewhere you can actually put somebody for a couple nights, and they're not in your face, but they have privacy.
But I always, before they get to stay there, I go through and I says, when you pull a drawer, you lift up and out. You know, show them how to do the doors so they don't.
How do you do the refrigerator? They all pull it.
Yeah, because we had a Class C and it got a lot of wear on the hinges and stuff because of it.
Yeah.
So when we got this one, I said, you get a lesson first.
And nothing's made easy. Like, I have one of these cabinets up in my bedroom, and it's a little bit off, so it doesn't close good, and you need like a octagon square kind of screwdriver.
Yeah.
Who has one of those?
Yeah, they're like a Torx, T-O-R-X. Actually, they sell them.
I gotta find me one.
Yeah, they're pretty common. They're not real expensive.
Harbor Freight.
Yeah, you take one of those screws and then they'll match. You know, if you have one around, or take a picture just take a picture of it with your phone and take it in.
Smarty pants.
Yeah.
Well, you can get those.
We have a little kit. Yeah, we have a little kit that fits on the end of our screwdriver and drills.
Right.
Yeah. That's the big.
Yeah.
Don't you find that when you're living in the RV that at home you can leave things lay around and it's not so bad, but when you're in the RV you have to have a place for everything and everything needs to go there, otherwise it kind of closes in on you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very true. Yeah.
And the dinner dishes or the breakfast, you know, it's like I can't really stop. In the evening it's not good until the kitchen's clean, because the kitchen's right in here, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then
I get in a mode that I have to have it clean. You know, it's like my little house, and I get in OCD about getting everything in its place. Because nothing's worse than taking off and having everything fall.
Oh gosh, yeah. That's what I got to figure out, is where to put everything. How to do that.
Well, and how to add little nooks and crannies too. You know,
in a house, you don't need as much putty either.
Yeah.
Yep. I look around, it's kind of like I'm in shock that I'm in here. But it's nice.
But don't you find, Deb, that you get outside a lot more?
Yeah, I do find that I need to get outside more, and I do take the dogs out for walks now all the time. They beg me anyway. They'll just sit there and stare at me, but used to be I had a big enough house that I have little dogs. They'd go on pee-pee pads, and I'd take them out once in a while, or they could go out in the yard, which was kind of closed in. But now it's like they want to walk. They don't want to go on the pee-pee pad, and they'll stare at me like,
Well, that's probably a good thing for
it is
improving your health and being outside more and in the air. I can see some real positive benefits of this. This thing. So.
You're very active in an RV. Like, you could live in a house, very sedentary. I mean, if you one of those people like myself, where you watch TV or you're on YouTube and you're in your home and you don't need to go out because you got plenty of different rooms, and you wind up just being in. And then in an RV, you're moving around a lot. You're bending, you're stooping, you're cleaning, you're outside. You got the awning. I mean, it's like a whole different scene. It really is.
That's awesome. I'm gonna get something to drink. I'll be back in a minute.
Well, it helps you to be more aware of your surroundings. In a house, you always know of your surroundings, so you kind of take that for granted. Where
Yep.
in a portable situation, you have to really be a lot more aware.
Yeah, I walk around and make sure everything's all together, and yeah, checking it out.
I'm in a park where this section that I'm in, there are people that come here every year, and they've been here. The park has been opened for 50 years,
Wow.
and there's some people that have been coming here for like 47 years. So
Wow.
yeah, a long time. So not right around me, but the people around me have been here for like 20 years, and so they all know each other, and they're very friendly. They're very welcoming. Anytime I've been outside and it looked like I was struggling with anything, somebody was there to help. So in this situation, it was really nice, especially last year when it was my first year here.
Did you put in, like, the people here that are here year-round, they have PVC pipe around their hoses that go to the sewer?
It is, yes, it's a big, huge, you mean the white PVC?
Yeah.
Yes, that was already installed because I took
Oh.
over the site with the trailer, so everything was already in place.
Do you leave your black and gray tank open all the time?
No,
I leave
don't
the
ever do
the black one closed and the gray one open.
And then how often do you like, then do you go out and like close the gray one and then take a shower, do dishes, and fill it up, and then empty the
No,
black?
no, I didn't know to do that until I think I heard you mention it today. I just always leave the gray one open, and then when I drain the black one, I just pull it, and when it finishes draining, I just close it. But I think I'm supposed to spray it, but I didn't know that.
Yeah, I think you're supposed to rinse it out a few times, at least once, every now and then. You can't just.
Yeah, I didn't do that. And I know there's a plate, like there's a place where you can put the hose in to actually drain,
Yeah.
hose it out. So I'm going to have to get someone to show me how to do that because I didn't know that.
Yeah, and by filling up your gray tank, like when you know you're ready to open up the black, fill up the gray tank with water so that it swishes through it, just cleans it out.
Okay, then.
That's what I'm told to do, and I've been doing.
Okay, I
That's
did
what we
hear you
do.
mention that, but I didn't know that.
Yeah, you just close your gray tank up maybe the day before you're like gonna empty it.
Okay.
And then just, take a shower, do your dishes, wash stuff, and then now you got something to chase it down with.
Okay, I'll make sure I do that.
Yeah, never leave your black tank open. That's
No.
not good.
At the beginning of this season, I left it open. Well, I thought it was closed, but it was open. And it actually plugged twice. And I had to get a snake and snake it out. And then I realized it was open. So
Yeah.
I closed it.
Yeah, it says, Gypsy Ireland in the chat room says, because the poop will dry out and clog your black tank.
Yep. It just gets like an outhouse. An outhouse just piles up.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it does.
It's pretty disgusting. And then do you put one of those little, there's a lot of different ways, but mine has a little sack of blue stuff, and once you've emptied it, then you put that in and run some water.
Yeah.
I do that. I have I buy I think it's like a 12-pack, and they're about 2 to 3 ounce little bottles.
Yeah.
They kind of smell like orange or something. I put that in. But years ago, we had bought a brand new trailer, and there was an old time like campers around us, and they told us to put yeast, like for making bread.
Yeah.
To put like a cupful of that down, and it helps to break down things that are in there, like in the tank. And there we weren't hooked up to, yeast. And I thought it would smell bad, but it doesn't make it smell bad. And in that location, we weren't hooked up to sewer, so we had to get the tanks drained. I mean, I don't know. It worked for us, so.
Yeah, you just gotta learn. I'm just in like learning mode.
Have you ever watched Chris Travels?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Did you see Did you see the one, he's been having with that new Class A all the way up to Alaska? He was having septic problems. Did you see when
I
he
saw
would?
when he emptied it. Yeah.
Oh gosh, that was so funny.
That was horrible.
I felt bad for him.
He, God bless him. He hung right in there and he did it all the way through.
Yeah, well, you know what? He had no choice.
Yeah, I was going to say, what choice do you have? Oh.
You couldn't pay somebody enough to do that job.
Jimmy Rancy says that you can. He says when your black tank's full, you can open it up when you're driving on the interstate, except for Colorado. Yeah, I've been studying RVing for about 2 years before I got this. So I have been checking out what to do. I don't know anything, but I know the basics. That's about it.
And you're going to learn a lot more.
Yeah, I'm still learning.
Every day, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
My next step is learning how to drive a Class A. I do
It's
want
not
to
as
learn
hard
how to
as you
drive.
think. It really isn't as hard as you think. Because
Really?
the Class A has a very front flat nose.
Right.
So you're actually setting forward almost of the wheels.
It's got a lot of visibility in front, yeah.
Right. And so when I was worrying about when I drove it if I was going to make a turn.
Yeah.
Left turns aren't so bad, but right turns.
They're the bad ones.
I have 38-foot long one, and I always worried. But the people that sold me the thing said you drive clear out, take your nose and stick it right out there, way out there, and then turn because you're forward of the tires,
Uh-huh.
So you get way out there and then turn, and it follows you right around.
Yeah, I even just when I'm driving the truck alone, sometimes I'll cut short, the back right tire will go over like something. So
Yeah.
I do that in the pickup.
That's what I'm saying.
What would I do?
I do it in the pickup. That's what I have. So when I'm when I have the trailer, of course you're very aware of it. You've got this long thing behind you, so you're going to be careful. But I mean, in general, when I'm driving around with the truck, every now and then I'll go, oops. It's like cut it short.
Yeah.
That's the tire that always gets the workout.
I used to worry about it too, but the Class A's really are not that hard. The thing that you have to do is when you're setting, because it's hard to gauge the right and the left side.
Uh-huh.
I had you know how the grooves in the road from people driving on it, you usually have the two grooves. If you set where you're setting, if you put yourself in that one groove, on that, the left groove, you go right between, and works out perfect.
Yeah, I was told by somebody that when you're like looking in your rearview mirror, something like half, I can't really explain it, but you should see half of your vehicle, half of the truck, trailer, on each side equally. Does that make sense?
You got to see the sides where you're going to get in trouble.
Yeah. Oh boy, I can't wait.
And we have a camera in the rear too. That's nice.
Right.
I have one
so
in my
you can
truck.
see.
I'm going to have to get one for the trailer.
Only thing we noticed about the backup cameras, my husband was backing up when we were out in Banff, and I said, I think you're close, and he was trying to gauge it through the camera. And when we got out and looked, we were real close, and we didn't realize it. We were just lucky that we didn't go all the way back into somebody.
Yeah.
That's why the mirror says images are closer than they appear.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. That's what that means.
Yeah, and I have a new one that drivers are dumber than they appear to.
That's a good sign.
Rosie, you made that look easy. You did.
You did.
Yours is a Class A?
Yeah.
I call it a super. They call it like a Super B. It's because of it's a unibody sort of one-piece construction, like a conversion van, like a van shell or
It's
something
like a
like
stretch.
Yeah, exactly. Like it's a stretched sort of B. So, but let me tell you, Camilla, we looked for months, and I can't tell you how many rigs slipped through our fingers that we would call. We would see an ad down in Sunnyvale, 90 miles south of us, and where Apple is down there in Sunnyvale, California.
Yep.
And before we could even get to the phone, it would be gone. It would be like, sorry, I just sold it. It was, and then we saw Verna's video about being out at Browns Valley RV near Sacramento. So she saw she put on her video GM RV, but that one was almost totally gutted on the inside. It didn't have a generator. It didn't have a refrigerator. It didn't have
That's
a
not good.
Yeah, it's not good, and it was $3,000 more than this.
Oh wow!
So,
what a deal!
And we almost threw up our hands and then luckily I was just refreshing the pages one night on the Craigslist, and all of a sudden this guy's came up, and I was the first caller, but he put up the ad and he immediately went to Montana out of phone range, so his mailbox overflowed with people that were calling, and luckily we were the first one, so we got the first call.
Yeah,
when
that's a really nice little vehicle.
And I told him I will definitely buy the vehicle. I offered to wire the money, to do everything, and he knew I was very serious. I said, my partner has MS. It's very difficult for her to make multiple steps up to get into an RV, and this is perfect. So yeah,
it is perfect.
Out. You got to be patient. It's like a lot of things. So
yeah, I have to replace my car because I got rear-ended by a drunk driver. And I just have not been really motivated to. I've looked, but it's like I've got to buy one.
Yeah, it's depressing when your vehicle gets hit, and then you got to go out into the marketplace again and do that. So.
Deb has Will Travel needs a link. She said she can't get in.
Rose, yeah.
Didn't I send it? No? Okay. Well, hold on. Okay, I'll send one again.
Rose, not handsome Jack. He's not allowed in.
He can be in the background.
So, have you named the yellow submarine yet?
No, I just call it the Rolling Rancho right now. So. It makes it, I hear Yellow Submarine, I think of something out of a Woody Allen movie or something.
Yellow Submarine.
Get
the Beatles.
Yeah, the Beatles or something like that. So.
Yeah, the Beatles.
Hold on. What happened? Ugh.
I was going to ask Helen, is Helen still in here?
Yes. I'm here.
Helen, I was going to ask you, when was the last time that you were, you're Forester, that's what it is, right?
It's a Cherokee Forester, Cherokee Forester. Yeah.
Okay, because I wasn't sure if you had been camping before, if you had been out in it before, or you just bought it and had it brought to your property pending buying a vehicle. I missed the beginning of how you came.
Okay. Well, I was living I had a house and I got divorced. I moved into an apartment and I was there for a couple of years. And last year I started working and just decided that I wanted to travel. And I thought to buy an RV in an area that I really liked by the ocean, and I ended up finding this one. So it was here already in place. It has a deck. It has
nice.
a couple
nice.
of. Pardon?
I said that's nice that it was in place. Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
It was in place in an established park. It has a really nice decking area all basically almost all around it, or around at least the front and the back. And it has 2 sheds. You know, they're a little bit dicey looking, but they, you know, they're not falling down or anything. The people that were here before were very much flower people and had it decorated with a lot of things, especially outside, you know, those little decorations like
like
gnomes.
Old lady stuff.
Yeah, so I gave it all away, and people around here just loved it. Like they came running, but most of the people here in my area are, I don't know, they're probably about 10 years older than me. So
yeah,
maybe in 10 years I'll find that stuff attractive. But so I got rid of a lot of it, so it's a little bit bare, like plainer outside, but that kind of suits me. So I never intended to really like to travel with it because, like I said, I think it's just would be too much for me.
Yeah.
You know, this is going to end at 8 o'clock, just to like, I mean 9 o'clock, which is what, 10 minutes?
Mm-hmm.
Does it just shut us off?
Well, you'll get a notification. There's like 15 minutes left or something, and then it won't record anymore for YouTube, but the people will still be in here talking, and then we just leave. Sometimes people have stayed as long as 8 hours after the hangout ended, still talking in the group.
Wow.
But there are 60 viewers in case somebody else wants to start a regular evening hangout.
All right.
It's up to somebody else.
That's very successful hangout, Deb.
I know, yay.
It was good. It was good conversation, and
Good people, good conversation.
A lot of fun. I learned a lot too.
Hi, Kipper. There's a lot of people in the room that are all friends. It's nice to see everybody. Yeah, it's going to close down because I set it up for 2 hours. But it'd be easy to open up another room and let the boys in.
Bad boy.
Thank you, eucalyptus lady. I'm glad you all enjoyed it. I certainly did.
Yeah.
It was a great time.
I find some of the best hangouts are the ones that don't go the distance. They go 2, 3, or 4 hours, and that's it. You know, and
It's good enough for me. I can't stay up all night or anything. There's just no way.
Well, I've seen when most, and I've been on a lot of hangouts, and I've seen it the 7th hour to the 8th hour is usually when all hell tends to break loose on that.
I watched. The guy. I won't say his name because I don't want to give him a plug. But I watched you and him and Bobby till the end. I was like doing stuff around here listening to that. And that was
Did
too
you see
much.
you see me get the boot?
Yeah, good for you. That means you made the
Yeah,
grade.
you made it.
Hey,
So. Hey,
Deb,
Rose.
I'm sorry I got kicked out. We had a severe lightning storm here,
Oh wow.
Oh wow.
and that's why I just got booted out. So thanks for letting me back in and say hi to everybody.
I'm glad you came
Hi,
back.
Rose.
Hi.
Hi to Jack.
Yeah, I want to thank everybody that's come today, and also the people in the side chat saying that they enjoyed it. Gypsy, thank you. Yeah, you know what? I enjoyed doing this.
You got to do it more often. You're doing a great job.
Oh, thanks. I tried. I've learned from some of the best around here.
Hey, Rose, how's everything at the Handsome Jack RV Park? Yeah, I love that.
Thank you, Southern Gal.
They're good. It's going good.
I love you.
It's just been a lot of things.
You guys are the old. I can remember your name so well. You know, it's like think of the Titanic, Jack and Rose. I never forgot it.
I love this. I love this stuff you guys put up. It's
Come
so
back.
Make sure you tell them to watch a couple of the next videos because there's going to be a surprise company on it.
Okay.
Don't have to have no trouble.
They know. Hey, everybody.
Yes.
Jack just reminded me. In the next couple days, just keep watching our videos. We've got a surprise coming.
Really?
All right.
Yeah.
Did you find your house?
No.
Mm.
No. But no, we've got a surprise coming here, and we want to have them get up on video with us.
Okay,
Nice.
that would be great.
Yeah. Hey, Rosie, you and Jen, that's an excellent rig.
Thank you so much, Rose. I appreciate it.
I love it.
Yeah.
RVing live, live the dream. I'm going to add you right now. So I have a nice group.
Yeah, RV Debs always runs a smooth hangout. So RV living, live the dream. I've subbed you up right there. So
Yeah, I just subbed you, and I'm going to put you on my hangout. I learned how to do that, where you just invite certain people. When I first started doing it, I had like 100 and something people. I just invite everybody. That was too much.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, RV Debs does look especially cute today, Jimmy. I agree. I like
Really?
her blonde. Yeah, I like your blonde in the front looks so cute.
Thank you.
Jimmy was over there saying he wanted a new girlfriend. He said that he was tired of her, and so was Nancy.
Yeah, Jimmy Rand says, Rose is your surprise a vasectomy for Jack. So,
Oh my God.
and he said, kidding.
It's cute.
Oh, boy.
Well, I'm going to bow out. Good
Bye,
talking
Debbie
to you
Lynn.
all.
It was good
Nice
talking to
meeting you.
you.
Yeah, bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye. See you
Come back next time. I have a hard time trying to add somebody sometimes.
I have a hard time getting you in sometimes, RV Debs. I send a thing to YouTube messages. I send it to...
Well, I get it usually in my messages.
Okay.
When I'm looking.
You know, because like Jimmy wants it on his Facebook. Jory wants it on Facebook, and that, you know, you gotta.
And I don't do Facebook.
Yeah, I send out invites for people all the time in Hangouts, but it's just trying to remember where people want their invites sent.
Well, Rosie, make sure you join us.
Okay, absolutely. You guys are one of the. I want to say one of the most mellow and informative ones I've been on, and
Thank you.
not much screaming and hollering.
Trying to
so.
get.
Yeah. No. But
that's a good thing.
The vinegar, how I figured out about for you guys who don't know, I told Rosie and Jen to use white vinegar. It's a natural disinfectant, if you don't know that. We used to use it in our chicken pens when we had chickens here to neutralize the odor and any bugs or anything that would be in it.
In your what? In your RV?
In anything. She needs to, Rosie and Jen want to take their cushions out to disinfect them and get them out in the sun. Well, if they were to spray white vinegar on it and let it bake in the sun, it will kill any bugs or anything that might be in it.
I like white vinegar.
It won't clean it, but it will kill any bugs.
Yeah,
It'll sanitize it and make it so there's no bugs or nothing living in it.
That's great. That's great. So we bought some today. We got some today. We picked it up. So.
Yeah, it'll be good for you to do that to that place. Get rid of that guy's stuff.
His aura.
His hair, the hair and follicles, and
his glow in the RV.
Beard and
it's just different when you know it's all wiped down and it's nobody else's.
Yeah, it's a psychological.
It's like
thing.
if you want pubic hair, you want it to be someone you know.
Yours.
Well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. That was. I can't help it. Sometimes it just.
That's great. I've learned so many good tips from everybody. Good links for things and manuals and all. There's so many people that are so knowledgeable, like Rose and Jack with RVs, and Jack did that 2-part series about what to look for when you're buying an RV, and just really.
Oh, I know. You can learn so much.
Yeah, I mean, if you can capsulize all that experience in 2 10-minute videos, it's pretty amazing, you know, and avoid a lot of the stupid things stupid mistakes that I would be apt to make just by watching a couple videos. So
I just did a thing. My refrigerator was really running cold, And so I thought, well, how do you turn it down? I didn't know how. I couldn't find a button or a thing. I went online and put in like my type of refrigerator RV, and I have like a bunch of them that went close up. There was my refrigerator, and I learned how to do it.
That's awesome.
Well, whether it worked or not, I'll figure out. But it didn't seem like it would work.
You could just find anything online. Like I sent Elvis that camera, and he was so frustrated to use that. I said, "There's so many videos on that camera. Just go watch." He has to be told.
You have to hold his hand and take him to the place. Press the button down for him.
Yeah, Tim wants to host a Women's Hangout next week.
He's pretty good at it.
Go Tim. Tim would be booting people off left and right.
One thing that I experienced in the last time I stayed in ours was I was laying there and all of a sudden I could smell gasoline.
Ew, I don't like that.
I didn't realize that there's a pressure cover on the gas tank. And while it was sitting and the sun was hitting that side of the RV, it expanded and actually broke one of our hoses.
Ooh.
So it was really good to know after the fact that I should have loosened that valve on the RV. So it's something to think about.
So the valve of what? What valve are you loosening?
The gas tank. The main gas tank.
You mean like the propane gas tank?
No, gasoline.
Okay, so you're talking about
a Class A.
Okay.
In a Class A, yeah.
So you were parked with the sun on the side that your gas filler cap was on, and it was expanding and venting.
It expanded the gas, and then it started leaking. You know, it had to go somewhere, so it broke a hose.
That's scary. That's scary.
Yes, it is.
Gas.
So that's a good trick to know. If you ever smell gas, check that vent on your gas cover.
Good advice.
Another thing too, I was told is like outside of my stove, the guy said make sure the vent's open. You know, so like I went out there and the vent's basically open. It had a little latch that closed it, and I just left it open. And and I use the fan too. If I'm like cooking on the stove and it's kind of getting warm in here and I'm feeling it, I'll put the fan on, and that helps, so that you have air.
Rosie, yes, the thunder and lightning sounds terrible in your RVs.
It's awful.
That's spooky.
Yeah, it is. But we were used to it because we have a tin roof on the house.
Oh, okay.
So we were kind of used to it, but for first time, it was probably pretty scary, and it's going to take a while to get used to it.
Woke me up in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
Like, wow. Loud.
And somebody was saying you hear everything on your roof too, and it's
Yeah.
Yeah, like if a twig
too.
falls, you feel like somebody's touched your house.
yeah.
Yeah.
And that's happened a lot. I have jumped up and looked around and no one's there.
Yeah. Raindrops. You'll hear raindrops.
That's what it is.
And
Everything's
pine cone sounds like something's really attacking you.
Yeah, it does.
And I'm under a pine tree.
Yeah, mortar fires coming on your rig. The zombie apocalypse is here. You know?
You should have. I mean, the dogs and me both kind of went because it was like lightning right near us.
Oh, I can imagine.
Scary.
I can
But
imagine.
you gotta calm down so the dogs will calm down.
Yeah,
You
well, tell
really
that to
do.
Rosie. Rosie gets comatose. She just like stares.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I'm like, it's okay. Then she starts to shiver because she wants to show me how bad it is, right?
Yeah.
She's like, no, it's not okay. I'm like, it's okay. You've lived 8 years, and it's been raining for 8 years in Florida. Doesn't matter.
Yeah,
like it
but
just
it's
happened for the
different.
first time.
It's a different home. You've taken her to a different home, and she's still not used to it, and she's still getting used to the noises and the sounds and things.
Right.
So it takes a while, because I know when we got Princess, the little rescue dog, she still jumps when you clap your hands because it sounds like gunshots. And
Wow.
we got her out of they rescued her out of a meth lab.
Oh, wow.
And
Wow.
she was in really bad shape, and we got her in October, and we still got effects from the meth lab. So it takes, and Rosie's been with you, but you've put her in a new environment, new everything, and it's going to take her a while, like you.
Yeah, but she does this in the old house too.
It doesn't
If she
matter.
knows it's raining and thunder, she hears it.
I wonder if you would to wrap her in a blanket, like a fleece blanket, like a baby, really
yeah, that
tight.
might help.
Well, you know, that's
Yeah, what about those thunder, they call them like
That's
a
what everybody tells me to buy her a
Yeah.
thunder shirt.
Yeah, it has a
Yeah.
feeling of being held, I
But
think.
why don't you, instead of investing in that first, wrap her really tight in a blanket?
Okay, I'll
Yeah,
try.
that's a good idea.
It rains
there's
here every
act-
day, so I'll have a chance to do it.
There's actually something called a thunder shirt.
Mm-hmm.
I know, but I don't know if they work, and they're like $30-something. But
Yeah.
I will try it. I mean, check out Rosie. She's going under the. Now she's under a pillow.
Oh, wow.
Yep. She wants.
Yeah. She's under a pillow.
Hey, Deb, I'm going to sign off. Thanks so much for the invite.
I am too. I want to
Bye,
thank you all
Rosie.
again.
Bye, Deb.
Yeah,
Bye, everybody.
Have a good evening, everybody. We'll see you next Sunday.
Say hi to
Okay.
Deb. Say hi to
Are you
Deb,
having
Rose.
it next
Okay.
week, Deb?
Yeah, if nobody else wants to run it, I'll run it. If somebody else wants to run it, I'll join it.
All righty.
So
All
we'll-
I don't know how to run them
Next
yet.
week.
Thanks, Harvey.
Bye-bye.
ladies.
Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.
Love you all.
Love you guys.
For sure.